Hey YouTube, welcome back to RevKicks, where today we have a real versus fake comparison of the SB Jordan 4's Pine Green. Before I continue, if you find this content useful, or it's your first time viewing this channel, please consider liking, subscribing. It really does help out. Before I move on, I'd also like to say that I am neither endorsing or bashing on reps. This is for educational purposes, really for those of you that are shopping to purchase resale. If you're not able to get these shoes through retail means, it's you want to watch out, you want to be careful, you want to know what you're buying, and this is the purpose of this video, is to really show you some details to look for so you don't get ripped off. So let's get at it. This pair right here, was purchased at eBay, as you can see right here. And this one was purchased, the rep was purchased from China. That's where you get them. Anyway, I got this in a size 11 just to see how it looked. As you can see, there's some slight differences in the shading of the boxes. It's a bit lighter than the Jumpman here, and the tone is different of the sail here. So open up the lids. Okay. So what you see here is the difference in paper material. The legit pair has darker splatter marks versus the rep pair that's a bit lighter. Pull these out. So I'm going to put that to the side for now. Here's the rep pair here. I will note that the rep pair does have the OTM sticker, but it is fake. It has fake lines that are printed in white. It's pretty obvious. If you have a pair of Jordans or Nikes, you'll see that. You can easily tell that that's not real. And the one on real pair is legit. So I won't zoom in on that. It's not necessary. You can tell it's obvious. These off to the side. Oops, sorry. The camera stand. Okay. So, real quick, the main differences between the fakes and the real SB Jordans, at least in the first gen, and I'll try to post up a picture overlay, is that the cage is different. What you can do is, if you have a pair of Jordan 4s, you can see that this cage here is a different shape. This is a lot more compressed, if you will, where the other SB Jordan 4s, or just Jordan 4s in general, sorry, are much bigger, wider, they kind of protrude up higher, and it cuts down this way. So the first versions of reps that I saw online have this bigger. Now again, I'll try to put an overlay. You can see that it's a lot bigger. This one is actually correct. You see if they squished it down, and now it pretty much matches that of the legit pair here. But other than that, that was the first big tell. And you could tell off bat if you saw that on the streets, those were fakes. The other item now is left because everything else is pretty close, right? Materials are slightly different. You'd have to have it in hand. If you're trying to buy something off Instagram, for example, it'd be pretty tough to tell unless they gave you really zoomed in pictures. And even with that, you'd have to have another pair next to you. But the other tell really is the mud guard. We'll hold it there. So 3 aspects of the mud guard I want to point out, right? The right-hand side is the real pair. You can see that the right-hand side pair, the legit pair, has a hairier suede compared to the rep pair. You can see that, right? The rep pair is hairier. I mean, the rep pair is not as hairy. The retail pair also is darker. The suede is a bit darker. Maybe you can't tell on camera, but My lighting is definitely something I can tell. And the other part is that there's just way more material. You can see this, the mudguard goes up a lot higher on the rep pair, right? So that is the biggest tell for me, right? When I go into reseller shops, I can pretty much tell that those are legit by just looking at the toe box shape as well. See that slant? The original Gen 0, Gen 1 reps really, you know, had it boxy. It was really big, it shot straight up, then back. You can really tell. They've done a good job of squishing these down. So all you out there, be very careful of that. Some minor things that you really have to have the shoe in hand that I'll explain now is, you know, in the reps, some of the reps are the padding is thick here on the tongue, like this like SB Dunks. I think that's what they try to do, so it's a lot bigger. When in fact, it's a lot smaller. As you can see it here, it's a lot thinner material-wise. And this happens to be taller too, so you can see that there's just more tongue on the reps right now. Another thing to look at is the heel tab. They have made it softer, but it is softer, even more soft on the real pair than it is on the rep pair. I think it's a thicker material, so it doesn't bow as much as you can see there. Another item to look at is the leather. So the leather on the real pair, to me, it seems thinner, right? Just thinner leather material, as you can see there. And compared to the rep pair, it just seems thicker. It's just thicker material, as you can see right there. Look here, and you look here. It's just thicker material on the rep pair. But those are things you have to have the shoe in hand. So if you go into stores, reseller stores, you can check that out. You really have to look at these things over and over again to develop an understanding and feel for them. And then, you know, the true test so far, you know, I'm not sure if I can really get the blacklight working, but same blacklight test you've probably seen everywhere, right? I'm gonna try to get it darker here for you guys. And then let's turn this light off. The biggest tell, and you can't really see here, I'm not doing a really good job, is the gum glows differently in the dark. Like the gum glows on the real pair, and the gum doesn't glow. And you can't really tell. But you know, for me, there's guidelines you can see on the fake pair. There's one guideline there. Guidelines all around. You can see in the toe box, there's guidelines. So bring a really tiny blacklight with you. You can get this from Amazon, and you'll find the guidelines. So let's find the one again so you can see. So that's it. Just wanted to give my first real versus fake review. Keep you guys safe. Make sure you study the pairs, look online, look at official images, look at trusted resellers, see their pairs, and then, you know, you can go on different platforms. Even on eBay, there's some fakes I see pictures of. I mean, they're obviously fakes. They're the ones that don't ask for you to go through authentication, etc. Avoid those. Those are not good for you if you're paying resale prices. Okay. Well, that's it for now. Let me know what you think. Let me know how I can improve this. I'll probably put a quick version to identify the key areas that I mentioned earlier. But I appreciate you as always. Appreciate your time. Enjoy your kicks. Be safe.